Hi guys, and welcome to this video. This is a video about some new stuff, watch related stuff I have gotten in the recent weeks, and I'm getting really into books about watches because you can learn a lot about the history of different brands, and you can even learn about brands, watch companies you didn't know before. And well, it's just nice when you're a watch nerd like I am to just look at pictures and read about watches. So what we have here in the picture is a lot of nice new stuff I got in recent weeks. Well, first off, I got this travel case for 3 watches. It's made of some hard materials. It's fake leather. It's not high quality. I think this was like maybe $20 or something on eBay. It came from Hong Kong, and it's really cool. You get this like travel case with room for 3 watches, and well, as you see, a lot of my spare watch straps. I actually bought around 60 watch straps in recent weeks, just to have a. I'm always when I get new watches, I want to put on other straps on my watches. I'm always looking at the internet for new watch straps, and well, now I got a kind of an inventory of different cool watch straps to always have lying around if I want to change watch straps on my watches. So well, some of them are really nice quality, genuine leather, and some are imitated. So this is. You should look for this at Amazon or eBay if you're looking for like a traveling case for watches. I'm going to use this when traveling, for when I'm away for more than one day, to maybe bring 2 or 3 different watches, to have a watch for each occasion when I'm out traveling. So that was just to show you that. And well, I also got a new watch, which I will show you at the end of this video. It's in this little bag. But first off, this video is mostly about watch books, and I think I bought about 10 watch books in the recent maybe the last 6 months or so, and these are 3 of the latest ones, newest ones I bought. So first off, we have this book which is called Hashtags and Watches, and this is a book by a Danish journalist and watch expert called Christian Hahn, and you should visit his website and his Facebook pages. It's called 8 past 10 and Time Geeks, and he's really into watches. He's made a living out of watches, and he has one of the most crazy watch collections I have seen. So this is his latest book, Hashtags and Watches, and this is actually, as you might get out of the title, a book about well, watches on Instagram. So he's always posting pictures of his watches on Instagram, and this is just like a fun, very easy to read book, because it's not really a book like that. It's more a lot of pictures of his collection and pictures of very cool watches that he gets acquainted with when he meets people all around the world. He travels the world all the time to look and write and take photographs of watches. And well, here you have a Lange und Söhne. Here you have a Patek Philippe. So it's just his own pictures of his own watches and a few watches that he borrows or he sees around the world, and then like some kind of fun short texts, and then you get the name of the watch and the reference number and stuff like that. So, and he's really a very, very good photographer. So he's taking a lot of very cool pictures, and you get, it's mostly high-end watches, but you do get a few lower-end watches as well. But most of the watches in this book higher end watches. You see Audemars Piguet, and well, this is just one of my personal favorites, the Tag Heuer Monaco. I would really like one of these someday. A favorite, one of my Grail watches. I would really like this. Such a cool watch, and it's because it's square. It's really unique as well. So, well, just if you see this book, just I would recommend it. It's really easy to read, but I just like the pictures. It's really for the pictures, just to look at watches. You don't. It's not really a book about a lot of new information about watches or something like that. And actually, it's the same with this book, 50 Watches That Changed the World. This is written by, I think, the guy from the International Design Museum, and this is also a book where he tells a short story of 50 unique watches that somehow, from their design, it changed the world. And well, you can agree or disagree, and you don't really, you get some cool information about watches you probably didn't know or you had forgotten, but it's really just cool to see how, if you start from the beginning of this book, how the design and the use of watches, and here we have it again, the Tag Heuer Monaco, so cool, with Steve McQueen from Le Mans, the movie Le Mans. You can see how watches have evolved. So here you're back in 1868, and it's really cool to see how over the years, back from the 1800s, watches have evolved and how they change in perspective, why they were made, and how the design and functionalities and the technique, the movements change. So this is a real, like a very easily read and fast book about the evolution of wristwatches. So I don't even think it was very expensive. So just a recommendation for a watch that is just a book that is just not a watch, just a book you can have lying around and just open to just look at the pictures and read again. So if you want to get deeper into watches, I would really recommend this book by Gene Stone, which is called The Watch. Now here he visits 50 different brands, the most unique and famous brands in the world, and you just get an overview of the different brands. So here we have Patek Philippe, for example, and you just get an overview of the most famous 50 most famous watch brands in the world. Here we have, and it's alphabetical or in alphabetical order. So you get A. Lange and Söhne, the famous German watch brand, and you get the different models and just a short overview of their history. And I really like this book because you can really just also use it as a book you just look in if you just wondering. So Chopin, what is Chopin? The Chopin watch company. Who are they and why did they start and what different watches do they have? And well, just a really nice book to have lying around. You can always just pick it up. And then here we had Hamilton watches, the famous American, now Swiss brand owned by Swatch, the Ventura. And then you just get a quick overview of the 50 most famous watch brands. And well, as you can tell, I'm really looking into the Tag Heuer Monaco, the Heuer Monaco. Here we have the story about Heuer, Tag Heuer. So I would really recommend this book if you're looking for a book where you can get into the different famous brands. And the pictures are just excellent, and this guy knows his watches, Gene Stone. So just 3 quick recommendations for books, and well, let's get into my new watch. So it came like this, of course, with protection, but I decided not to get the box. I don't really need a lot of watch boxes for lower tier watches, cheaper watches. They just fill in my apartment. So this is the watch. This is the Citizen Nighthawk Eco Drive. And this is the most complicated, most busy dialed watch in my collection. It arrived yesterday and I just charged it with a lot of light, and it's quite hard because we don't really get a lot of sun in the northern Europe at this time of year. So it's running now, and I've been wearing it for a couple of days. I wore it all day yesterday and today as well. And well, I'm just really excited about this watch. I never thought I would really love this extremely busy dial, but I'm really getting used to it. I think it's so cool. There's so many details, and well, it's a quite heavy watch, and the finishing and the quality is quite amazing for a watch which I bought at under 200 American US dollars, brand new. So another cool thing about this watch, it's a pilot's watch. You get this inner rotating bezel which is quite cool, and this is it's got some extremely cool functions. You can actually use it to multiply and yeah, do your calculations with this. And of course you get the amazing beautiful Citizen Loom, and you get a second time zone as well. So I bought this watch because I already have one of the most famous pilot's watches in the world, the Rolex GMT Master. But I really needed a more casual, maybe a cheaper watch, which I wouldn't be too afraid to wear in the sun and when I'm out traveling. And if I scratch this watch or I drop it or something, I wouldn't be too sad. But I'm really happy with this watch so far. It's a really heavy, and the quality just feels really nice. And also at this price point, you get a very nice strap. And this is actually with an extremely well made clasp. Extremely easy to adjust so it fits your wrist. So I'm extremely happy so far. This is a very affordable watch at under $200, and it's just, well, you're really getting a bang for the buck. And of course, a really nice instruction manual. It tells you all the functions, and it tells you how to use the calculation functions. So that's really cool. You can actually use this watch to calculate stuff. That's pretty nice. You see here, ground speed. So I'm not a pilot, and it probably wouldn't be safe if I was to fly a plane, but well, it's extremely cool. And here you can see one of the cool facts about the Eco Drive. If it's fully charged, then you have you can actually have this watch running perfectly for 6 months when it's fully charged. So I'm using mostly artificial light at this time of year in Denmark, where it's dark and cold, but this will just be perfect when the spring and summer arrives, because then it would just be charged and it would run half a year. So I'm extremely impressed and happy with this watch so far, but I need to learn the functions, and I need to wear this watch more before I review it. But a review will come up of this Citizen Nighthawk, and of course you get a guarantee. So this was just a video to show you some of my new books, my straps, my travel case for 3 watches, and of course my new cool pilot's watch from Citizen, the Citizen Nighthawk. Thank you so much for watching. I will be returning with another video, which will a review of a vintage dive watch, and I will also I'm having 2 watches incoming there in the mail right now, and will return with an unboxing of those 2 watches. So thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you like this video, and hit the thumbs up button if you like it. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't like it. You can always comment. I will of course answer you, and remember to follow me on Instagram. And you can always email me if you have a question or just want to chat about watches. I got some of you guys emailing me, and it's really nice during office hours to just talk to you guys by email. It's always cool to talk with other watch enthusiasts. So thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day. Bye.